KTN Newsdesk on the 23rd day of October 2013. My name is Edith Kimani.
And my name is Bonny Tunya. As she said, it is the 23rd day of October 2013, and we have a lot lined up for you, including NAT elections. Now, the battle of supremacy in the giant teachers' union pitting Sosion and Zili rages on. Also, alarming child mortality rate. The mortality rate for children born in poor household rises to about 50%. We will also go to our neighboring countries where Tanzania's backlash. Tanzania cries foul over exclusion in bilateral talks between Kenya, Uganda and Rwanda.
We begin our bulletin this afternoon at the office of the Inspector General of Police, David Kimaiyo, who insists that the media is going overboard in exposing issues concerning terror in Kenya. KTN's Patrick Amimo now joins us live on phone. Patrick, what is the police chief saying, especially with regard to the Westgate Mall siege? I understand he gave a very comprehensive update on where investigations have reached.
Thank you so much, Edith, at the studio. Personally, the Inspector General of Police, David Kimaiyo, has just finished briefing the media, especially the security update of the Westgate siege terror attack. So far, he says that the police are holding 8 principal suspects in custody, and they might be appearing before the court to face charges related to terror attack with the Westgate Mall. Now, the other aspect also that came out from the Inspector General's speech was that it appears the security agents are a bit uncomfortable with the way the media reported on the Westgate. Especially he singled out our investigative service, the Chopevu and Inside Story, which appeared to have rubbed him or maybe some of his the top security chiefs the wrong way. And they're saying that though the Constitution provides freedom for the media, it says there are limitations. And it says that it appears to him, he says that the stories were done maybe to provoke or incite, and he's quoting things like hate speech. And he says that now probably some journalists might be required to report statements with the police.
All right, Amimo, you've just indicated that he wasn't pleased with what the media has been showing, and you've mentioned specifically the Inside Story and Chopevu. Did he say in what regard, or did he just not like the fact that the public is being informed?
Indeed, he just is quoting things to do with provoking, inciting, and hate speech. These are some of the words he's using to say maybe the media went overboard when it came to report on to give what was happening on the ground and investigations, what the media asked during in the course of the investigation. So to him, he says there are certain matters that are security related, which maybe he feels might not have been exposed by the media to show.
Speaking of media, Amimo, yesterday we did see the international press reporting that Samantha Luthwaite might have possibly lived in Nairobi for quite a long time prior to the attack. I understand that the Inspector General denied any knowledge of this.
Yeah, to that particular question with the White Widow, the Inspector General says the police are not aware of her presence in the city of Nairobi for at least 7 months, as it's been reported. What he says is that what they know is that she is a wanted criminal, and the police are in touch with the Interpol. And so far, the charges, the crime they want her over is to do with what she did in Mombasa in 2011. That's why police want her arrested and charged with crime she committed in Mombasa, Chanzu area. But with regard to her stay in Nairobi, the Inspector General says the police do not have such intelligence reports, but says anybody with information on her whereabouts can alert the police.
Amimo, I'm just curious as to whether he did respond to the specific footage that we saw from Sky News yesterday, showing them speaking to even security guards who claimed that Samantha was indeed in Nairobi. Did he respond at all to that?
Indeed, he was categorical that the police are not aware of these white Samantha's presence in the city.
All right. Thank you very much, Patrick Amimo. He is at the Office of the Inspector General of Police, David Kimaiyo, who has just concluded a press briefing on matters security, giving an update of the Westgate Mall siege investigations and saying that he is concerned with the way the media is going about this whole thing, saying that the media might have possibly overstepped their mandate. We'll definitely follow up on that story and give you more details in subsequent bulletin. Right now, though, to maternal health issues.
Right, and a report released today by Save the Children indicates that child mortality is on the increase in Kenya, up to 50% on the rise. That is in poor households where children are born. Now, according to the report, where this particular case was attributable to malnutrition and poverty, it indicates that children born in rural households and urban slum dwellings are more likely to die more than children born in urban areas. Speaking during the launch of the reports, the Save the Children country director Duncan Harvey urged Kenyans to adopt simple and affordable solutions to leading causes of child death, including routine immunization, oral rehydration, support for breastfeeding, and family planning methods.
Will have a high impact. They're all factors in the numbers of children that are dying, needless deaths under the age of 5. We know here in Kenya that the government has committed since last year to the SUN initiative, the Scaling Up Nutrition Initiative, followed by the National Nutrition Action Plan, and clearly the operationalization of these plans is going to go a long way towards helping to reduce the numbers of children dying under the age of 5.
The largest youth movement in the world is the Scouts and Girl Guides movement that has 28 million members globally.
Nyeri is where their founder, the Lord Baden-Powell, chose to be buried, having lived and loved Nyeri.
Now, plans are underway to construct a perimeter wall and statues to honor him, his wife Olive, and heroes and heroines alike of the late Nobel laureate Professor Wangari Maathai and the late Field Marshal Dedan Kimathi, who hailed from Nyeri.
KTN's Karen Derry has the details.
Every year, more than 60,000 visitors visit the grave of the founder of the Scouts and Girl Guides movement, Lord Baden-Powell, here in Nyeri County. The movement is the largest youth movement globally, boasting of about 28 million followers worldwide and 500,000 Scouts and Girl Guides in Kenya.
Alikufa Uingereza akaletwa hapa Kenya,
watu wema walimzika Baden-Powell.
His wife Olive Powell was cremated and her remains buried along her husband.
Our visitors come from from all over the world, and it's not hard to get to meet people coming from as far away as Australia just to come and see this grave here.
Plans are underway to erect a wall round this compound and put up statues and plaques of heroes and heroines.
We'll have sculptures of all the heroes from this county, starting with Lord Baden-Powell, Lady Baden-Powell, Dedan Kimathi, and Wangari Maathai. We'll have their sculptures here and a brief history of who they are and what they stood for.
The newly formed Nyeri Scouts and Girl Guides Council is a first of its kind and will seek to ensure the smooth running of the movement's activities in Nyeri, starting with ensuring that the two movements, Girl Guides and Scouts, work together instead of separately as it has been previously.
We'd also like to show the Girl Guides and Scouts that the founder is the same. And so we should work according to his fundamentals, which we share with Scouts and Girl Guides.
So special was Nyeri to Baden-Powell that he never wanted to leave once he set foot.
There's one statement that is very, very important and that we always remember. Lord Baden-Powell said, the nearer to Nyeri, the nearer to happiness. Or the nearer to Nyeri, the nearer to bliss.
And true to that, he lived by that mantra, choosing to be buried here in Nyeri facing Mount Kenya. And visitors, not less than 60,000, visit his grave here in Nyeri County every year.
We have 10 Commonwealth graves here that are maintained by Commonwealth. So if you go around, you'll see there is a difference between the 10 Commonwealth graves and other graves. So the others are unattended, so that is why the Scout movement came in to make sure that all graves are in good condition, so that when people come to see the grave of the founder of the Scout movement, the place looks a bit better.
The Nyeri Council, that has Margaret Gachagua as its patron, is appealing to the Nyeri business community and other well-wishers to support the ongoing project, as it will not only benefit the residents of Nyeri but Kenyans at large. Carol Nderi for KTN in Nyeri County.
Well, the Kenya National Union of Teachers officials from Rift Valley have declared their support for Wilson Sossion in the contest for the Union Secretary General post. Led by the region's NAT chairman, Barnaba Lagat, the officials said they have resolved to vote for Sossion, saying he has shown dedication in fighting for teachers' rights. Meanwhile, other NAT officials warned the government against interfering with the elections, citing that some of the candidates may be government projects. The upcoming national election is likely to split the union right down the middle, with reports that camps are already forming for the top contenders of the position. NAT Acting Secretary General Mudzonzili has declared interest to contest the coveted position during the December elections, confident that having risen through the ranks, he is best suited to be the union's boss, and has vowed to convince the delegates to grant him the opportunity.
He is also the secretary, the Nadi North branch.
Done. So you will give him?
Police have arrested 4 people at Mulolongo and recovered 23 goats believed to have been stolen from Athi River. The arrest was made last night following a tip-off that a lorry was seen ferrying the stolen livestock from Athi River to Nairobi. 4 suspects were inside the intercepted vehicle. The 2 arrested on the spot as the 2 others fled the scene, only to be traced and arrested in Kitengela town this morning. The livestock owner Philip Supeyo says the gang struck his Sportland home within Embakasi village at around 3 a.m. and managed to get away with 23 goats after harassing his family members. An irate mob gathered at the Athi River police station wanting to beat up the arrested suspects. Athi River OCPD Beatrice Kiraguri and her deputy Joseph Odipo says they have been trailing the suspects for some time now in a bid to curb livestock theft that has been rampant in the area.
From Athi River, let's take you to Kawangware, where a live electric wire hanging from a transformer in that place in Nairobi caused the electrocution of 3 people last evening. The 2 men and 1 woman were crossing over the wire on their way to their homes. They were immediately rushed to Kenyatta National Hospital, where they are admitted for treatment. Now, according to the residents, there was a big explosion at the transformer that was yesterday in the afternoon, which left live wires hanging loose on the ground. The residents claim they made efforts to have the Kenya Power and Lighting Company attend to the situation, but there was no immediate response. One of the injured, who has a heart condition, is reported to have been worst hit by the electrocution.
Bila aliona huyu amepita, tukamwambia usipite, akasema akaenda. Bila alienda tu ndio aingia apite, ikamtwanga akaanguka hapo. Akaanza kuzirai. Haya. Kwanza kuzirai hivyo, haya mwingine akatoka. Huyo mzee anakaa Katina namjua. Akakuja. Sasa kukuja hivyo, akifika kwa watu akamwambia usiende, akangangana na watu, akangangana kabisa yenyewe karibu wakaona wakashinda watu na nguvu. Kwenda tu aingie ndio aenda, sasa akapita vizuri kweli, lakini kwenda tu kushika huyo mwenye alikuwa chini ikampiga tena, moto ikaanza kuwakia kwao tena akaanguka hapo.
The Kenya Federation of Women Lawyers has come out to defend women leaders, saying they're hounded out of office even for simple mistakes of less magnitude than their male counterparts who do remain in office for similar crimes.
Speaking in Nyeri town, where FIDA was meeting with the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission officials, FIDA chairperson Ruth Aura said the society is not used to women who are assertive and in their positions of power. The EACC vice chairperson Irene Kaino revealed that they have received reports that some counties might be misusing their funds, and anti-graft body will begin investigating them on this.
We've seen the way they're being hounded out of the office is unfair compared to our male counterparts. We are fought on small issues, and when some of our male colleagues who have much bigger integrity issues fight and remain in the office, and the public perception about these few women in leadership is not good, you're sending wrong signals to women.
And journalists to come out and ensure that this is reported, not only taking people to court, but also ensuring that when we have those integrity forums where we are teaching the public, the barazas, those should also come out.
Right, and following the Nyambunde school bus accident 2 months ago, which claimed lives of students and teachers in Kisii town, the Kisii County government, in partnership with the Kenya Red Cross Society, has donated ambulances to each of the 9 sub-county hospitals to cater for emergencies.
Speaking during the launch of the ambulatory services, the Society's Secretary General Abbas Gulet said lack of a well-established ambulance system has left rescue operations in the hands of unskilled people who use wrong methods in handling accident victims, therefore creating more harm.
The Kisii County Governor James Ongwae said the Kisii County government has set aside a total of 10 million shillings to train and equip border operators with helmets and traffic regulations to help curb road accidents.
I'm also happy that we have already partnered with the university. We have signed an MOU. Like the good Vice Chancellor has said, we will be teaching paramedic and EMT trainings.
From Kisii, our next stop is in Narok, where over 3,000 litres of milk were nabbed and 20 people arrested when the Kenya Dairy Board conducted a sweep to crack down on illegal and substandard dairy businesses in Narok. The Kenya Dairy Board Regional Manager Hilary Pacho led officers from the Public Health and Administration Police to search and apprehend the traders operating in local dairies within the town and estates of Narok. Pacho said they were looking for traders operating without public health certificates and Kenya Dairy Board certificates. Now, the public health officers said they also conducted tests on the milk on sale and found it not fit for human consumption, as about 100% of the milk was contaminated. The milk is said to have had unauthorized substances that prolong the lifespan of the milk. Great, there are lots of stories for you to read, and that website is standardmedia.co.ke.
Well, we now take a short commercial break, and when we come back, we have the business news for you as well as the sport. Stay tuned.